So you may notice I don't have the jacket on today, but what I do have is a plethora of transfer news. It starts with Chris Smalling, the 30-year-old centre-back who's currently on loan at Roma from Man United, is touted to be one of the replacements for, which could be Papa or Mustafi at centre-back. Now, this may be an underwhelming signing for some, but for me, I like the prospect of it. Now, we talk about the fact that Liverpool had to, look where Liverpool are, look what they had to do. But Liverpool had to buy players like Dejan Lovren to get to where they are now. Now, we're not exactly in a position to be saying that we should be getting the top echelons of defender. I'm talking about as in your FIFA and your Football Manager players, top echelon. We should be aiming to get the best that we can. The best that the money can afford. Well, our money, which ain't really that much. But what I'm saying is, we shouldn't be looking out there trying to say we can only be taking in a Koulibaly. Because Chris Smalling, if anything, has proved his worth. He's proved that he's worth much more than what Man United thought he was. Is he really £50 million less of a player than Harry Maguire? I'm going to answer that for you. He's not. He's a very good defender. He's had a very good season. And I like the prospect that he's a player who we've seen in the Premier League. He's still got pace. He's still got something about him. And he's got that British core. Now, in my eyes, he's looking to come home. And Arsenal, considering we're a club that were after him when he first went to United, I can see it happening. He's got legs, and it's the kind of defender that would probably help someone like William Saliba settle in to Arsenal. Now, from what I'm hearing, this rumour's been going on for a couple of weeks now, and in my eyes, be prepared, people, because it looks like Chris Smalling could be a centre-back at Arsenal next season. With us looking to get rid of the two, and David Luiz being on a year left on his contract after this season, it makes sense. He's still only 30, he's still got time on his hands, and I think it's a smart bit of business. They're touting the value in between 20 to 30 million. We don't know what the sources, many sources are saying different, but from what I'm seeing, it's 20 to 20 million. So we split it in the middle, we go 25 million. And 25 million for an England international defender who's proved that he's actually still got it. I think that's a shrewd bit of business. So, Chris Smalling to Arsenal, I can see it happening. Now, another player that Arsenal were linked with is Bournemouth's Ryan Fraser. This kid was impressing me a couple of seasons ago, and Arsenal were strongly linked with the guy. But since the move got denied for the Scottish international, his form was dipped drastically. He's also been hit with a couple of injuries, and he's been inconsistent to say the least. Now, this has happened many a time before. We've seen it with the likes of Wilfried Zaha, even going as far back as to Nigel Reo-Coker. Sometimes, when a player doesn't get the mood they want, something deep down inside just doesn't give the same passion that they had before. And we've seen that with Ryan Fraser. And the fact that this has come up again is due to his contract running out at the end of the season and him potentially going on a free. Now, there seems to be a pattern with us going for English core players. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to be going solely for English players or British players, but it means that they've got an idea that you've got to go back to your roots sometimes. And Ryan Fraser wouldn't be a bad sign on a free. I don't think he'd be coming in as a main winger or a main attacking kind of player. I think he'd be coming in as a squad player to cover for the likes of Saka, Martinelli, Pepe, and even just to add a bit more competition. And if you're going to get that on a free, I think it's a shrewd bit of business. I liked Ryan Fraser a couple of seasons ago, and if he could recapture that form, it's something that could be actually quite exciting for Arsenal. Do I think it could happen? I think that I don't know if there's that many clubs that are interested in Ryan Fraser. When I look around, if you look around yourself, you'll see that teams like Newcastle might be interested. But this is a kid who was desperate to join Arsenal 2 seasons ago. Now, if I was him, I'd be speaking to his agents, solely saying, push for that move for Arsenal, make it happen. And it possibly could happen. With our transfer budget being prioritised in other areas, a free transfer and someone who could be on wages which are not really going to break the bank at Arsenal compared to what they might be doing at Bournemouth. I could see this happening. Ryan Fraser to Arsenal, I can see it as a squad player. And I'd welcome it. So, does it have legs? Honestly, I think it does. We could be seeing Ryan Fraser in the future in an Arsenal shirt, probably mainly because he's an alright player and it's a free transfer. So, could this happen? I think it could. It remains to be seen. On that note, to the next one. This one just won't go away. Dejan Lovren to Arsenal. I laughed at it last time, but it keeps on creeping back. It's like the footballing gods want it to happen, but I don't. Arsenal fans don't. I'm not even sure Liverpool fans do. Just for the sake of us moaning at how poor he is. It's not that he's poor. It's just that I just don't want him. I think you've seen the best of Dejan Lovren at Liverpool, and he's on the decline. Why are Liverpool not playing him? I don't want a player that Liverpool are trying to get off the books because he's just not good enough. Like, if the player's not settled there or there's other reasons why he doesn't want to be at the club, then fine. But he's just not good enough, which means he's not good enough for Arsenal. So, I don't want him. The reason why I had nothing to say about this last time was because I don't want him. The reason why I have nothing to say about this time is because I don't want him. So I won't waste your time, and I won't waste my time. Arsenal, we don't want Dejan Lovren. Liverpool, look elsewhere to get rid of him. Dejan Lovren's agent, do one, because we don't want him. I don't want him. I know I spoke about Chris Smalling and he could do a job, and he's still only 30. But Dejan Lovren is not the answer to Arsenal's defensive woes. Just... On that last frustrating note, we've got more transfer news coming soon. We've got a few young gems, a few secrets that have been coming out of the Arsenal camp about who Mikel Arteta is potentially looking to buy, who he has personally earmarked as a strong candidate for the winger position. Now, catch me next time on the Transfer Exchange, and don't forget my show on Sunday with guests Jerome, the smooth operator, Sheffield Simon, the angry northerner, and this week Simon Mank. Peace out, people. Keep safe and wash your hands.